What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So here we have the chart for strategy. Let's go over what happened on Friday. Well, it looks like it was a little volatile in terms of intraday, but the price did manage to close in the red, about 1%, almost 1.5% down at right around 334. So we're at the lows of this downtrend that price had started back in July. So the downtrend still looks to be in play. We're not really seeing strong buying develop. This was a good spot for it, and it still can, but the longer it takes, the less likely it becomes. So we had two strong legs down, one impulse correction up higher, second impulse, and now we're seeing price bottom out at that measurement target of 325. So this was the target. Basically, price tapped it, and since then we've been hovering above it. Whenever I'm bullish, I want to see price get rejected from it, just bounce. You don't want to see price being accepted near a level. You want to see rejection at a level. You don't want to see acceptance at a level. When you see acceptance, that means it's trying to form a breakout base to continue moving down lower. It could break out as well to the upside, but I say there's still a lot of resistance in the way. We have this downward sloping trend line, so that tells me the trend is still in play, and we're below the price level of 360, which was prior support, right? This was a strong support zone historically, and it has been broken. And price tried to get above it, but it failed here. We went down lower. We could see a second leg up. So I'm not saying we won't go up. I'm saying overall it's still bearish. We have one leg up right here, second leg up. If we bottom right now, we move up higher next week. The target would be 368, but that would be a perfect pullback for more lower prices, right? There'll be a two-legged pullback. This is a simple pullback. This is a complex pullback. So we can see, instead of one leg up, you see two legs up followed by more downside momentum. So I'd say unless we see a strong break above 360 and a strong break above this trend line with conviction, then it's still bearish, in my opinion. I think traders are waiting for lower prices. Why would you buy here when you believe it can go lower? So as of right now, the chart is not telling me the buyers are stepping in at this level. Clearly, the buyers are not stepping in at this level. There's not a lot of demand happening here as of right now, at this moment in time. Next week, we can see a big green candle, and that could change things. But as right now, it's just not looking bullish still. Once we broke through that level, the bulls kind of just threw in the towel as of right now. And we've been hovering right around 330s for a while now, 330s, 340s, and potentially maybe even lower. So overall, I'm trying to analyze what the market is trying to do in the future, which is not easy, but we can go off of what has happened before and what is happening. And as right now, it looks like we're still in this downtrend and the buyers are not stepping in as of right now. So let's see what happens. I say I would maintain my bearish bias until we can see a strong break above 360 and this trend line. Something like this would make me change my mind. If we see a sharp move up like this, that would, potentially flip my mind from being bearish to bullish. But as right now, it looks still bearish in my opinion. Overall, the chart is in a big ranging pattern. If you go back all the way to November of last year, this is overall just a big range pattern. You can see how the EMA kind of is like a snake, kind of goes up and down the price. This is like the EMA right here. It goes up, and then it goes down, then it goes up, and then it's starting to go back down. So basically, it's a big trading range. That is the dominant technical pattern on the chart, a big trading range. So we have the highs here, lows here. Highs are right around 429, lows are right around 230s, 238. So we're right at the midline, which, typically you'll find a lot of indecision and choppiness. So it makes sense why we're kind of like just going sideways here. Exactly what happened right here. Right over here, we went sideways quite a bit, and then it dropped down lower towards the bottom side of the range. Kind of same thing going on right now, sideways, potentially setting up for a drop down. It's not guaranteed, as like anything in the world, there's no guarantees, except for maybe a few things like death. And at that point in the future, maybe that might not even happen. But again, that's a topic for another time. But either way, MSTR looking bearish in the short term, not really seeing buyers step in. as of right now, things can change. I'm always open to being invalidated and correct my analysis. But as right now, I need to see like bullish momentum. I want to see a break above this trend line, and I want to see a break above 360, a strong break, not like a little fake break, like a break that actually wants to continue higher like this, not like, oh, hello, 360, and then a failure immediately. I call it a peekaboo. So it just peaks above the level and then it boos, or just collapses. So you don't want to see that. You want to see strong buying conviction. Until then, this is not looking good, in my opinion. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pulling back after a dump yesterday. It dumped to about 107,540, and now it's trying to pull back. Bitcoin, I mean, either way it goes up or down, I'm pretty much positioned, so it doesn't really matter to me. I have a lot of long-term Bitcoin. I bought in below 100,000, below 50,000. It doesn't really matter, but I did buy some recently at 116. I probably could have waited, but uh, I was like, whatever. So yeah, I can still average in. But anyway, it looks like it's trending down below the trend line, below the EMA, and below the 112,650 level. That was prior support here and over here. We broke down, retested for resistance, and now it's trying to go down lower. This is the dominant technical pattern, just a very, boring trend. I think one of the rules of the markets, with exceptions, is that the market generally trades how it has been trading. So what does that mean? So I'm going to give you guys some game over here, right? So I'm going to give you guys some knowledge. So whenever the market is doing something, it has a good chance of continuing to do that. The 2017 bull market was an exponential blow off top. So price was getting more and more steeper. So it would be valid to expect, a blow off top and exponential move up higher, because that was like the character, that was the personality of that bull cycle. It was an exponential move. So it was expected to have like a huge finale or blow off top. Let's go into the 2021 bull market. This was similar to a exponential blow off top, but a little bit more structured. You can see that we had a huge move up higher, not even really a blow off top either. We had a huge move higher, collapse, and then a double top, and this one sold off. So that was the character of this bull market. This bull market is different than the prior two in the sense that it's a more structured uptrend. So the expectation would not be a blow off top like right all of a sudden, right? How do you go from a mediocre performance, a very boring trend to boom, blow off top? I mean, it can happen, yes, but it's not expected. And I'm not expecting like a macro double top either, right? I'm not expecting, huge collapse and then a huge run up like the other bull cycle. So most likely, if we just use, what technically has happened before is, hey, most likely we'll just continue, in a bigger correction like over here, probably back down to 90,000, and then probably see another final leg up towards the end of the year, something like that. That looks more reasonable. What I would be hoping for is a huge crash down all of a sudden, create a magnetic effect where we have to rebound exponentially. That would be the bullish case. If we see, you'd want price to crash down, get super overextended, and then snap back. That's what you want to see, and that would probably lead to a massive gain. But you don't want to see price continuing to structurally break down and then structurally move up higher, like, towards the end of the year. But that has been the case. That has been the personality basically since the entire uptrend started. We've been, making a move up higher, going sideways, going a little bit down, boring, whatever. Just, tricking people. We have top, tricking people. We have bottom. It's just been a slow grind up the entire time. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to continue to expect what we have been seeing, not things that just all of a sudden would change the structure. I don't see an exponential blow off top from right here until we start seeing, more volatility. I'm not expecting anything crazy. We are pulling back. If we get above this trend line and horizontal level with conviction, that would be a good sign for higher prices. But as right now, until we clear those two levels, then I have to maintain a bearish bias. So we're below the 112,600 level and below that bearish trend line. Bearish bias. Simple as that. I don't have to overcomplicate things. It looks like an exactly same pattern as before. This is a repeat pattern. We had a double top right here at the top of the channel, led to a move down to the bottom. We had a double top right at the top of the channel, move to the bottom, right? You can basically clone those bars. Let's see, from this top right here, bring it over. I mean, it looks like we're kind of making a structurally move down like that. So see what happens for Bitcoin's pulling back up or down. Truthfully, I'm still bullish long term. I don't think that would be the worst top in history for Bitcoin. I mean, as of right now, if it just tops right now, I don't think it is. It doesn't look like a top. I don't think it's going to be a top. I think we're just probably still correcting lower. That looks more reasonable. Bitcoin versus MSTR. Bitcoin's still holding above the 320s. It looks like it's still trying to move up higher, which means we'll probably see continued outperformance against MSTR as of right now. Things can change, but as of right now, it's still holding above that level. And it looks like we can see MSTR continue to underperform Bitcoin as of right now. So basically, if MSTR drops, Bitcoin won't drop as much. If Bitcoin goes up, MSTR won't go up as much. That's what this chart is telling me. And it has been the case for quite a bit of time now. And it looks like it can continue to be the case. So we'll see what happens. MSTR bearish until proven otherwise. Below the 360, I need to see a break above the trend line in 360. Bitcoin bearish until proven otherwise. I need to see a break of this trend line and back above 112,500 with conviction. And Bitcoin versus MSTR's price. Most likely, Bitcoin will continue to outperform MSTR until invalidated as of right now. Invalidation would be a strong break below the 320s. And probably developing a trend line. So if we start, forming some sort of trend line like that, then that would invalidate that underperformance. So that's all I have for MSTR on the daily and weekly charts. Make sure you guys leave some comments down below, and I'll probably see you guys next time, Monday. Monday is a holiday, so probably Tuesdays. Vee Trades, thank you for your time.